The case Parle Products P. Limited. V. J.P. and Company. Mysore 19721 SC 618 is a landmark decision by the Supreme Court of India concerning trademark infringement and the concept of deceptive similarity under the Trade and Merchandise Marks Act 1958. Below is a concise analysis of the case, addressing its relevance to passing off, infringement and exceptions is requested, based on the provided context and general legal principles. Case overview citation Parle Products P. Limited. V. J.P. and Company. Mysore 19721 SC 618. Air 1972 SC 1359. Court Supreme Court of India. Date of judgment January 28, 1972. Bench Justices G.K. Mitter, C.A. Vadyalingam, and I.D. Doa. Statute Trade and Merchandise Marks Act, 1958, particularly Section 2, D, defining, deceptively similar. Facts Plaintiff, Appellant, Parle Products, P. Limited. A well-known manufacturer of biscuits, used a registered trademark for their Gluco biscuits, featuring a distinctive wrapper design. Defendant, Respondent, J.P. and Company. Mysore, manufactured biscuits under the name Glucose Biscuits, with a wrapper allegedly similar to Parle's design. Issue Parle filed a suit for trademark infringement and passing off, seeking an injunction to restrain J.P. and Company from using a deceptively similar wrapper that could confuse consumers. The trial court in the Mysore High Court dismissed the suit, finding no infringement. Appeal Parle appealed to the Supreme Court, arguing that the defendant's wrapper was deceptively similar to their registered trademark, causing confusion among consumers. Key legal issues 1. Trademark infringement whether J.P. and Company use of a similar wrapper constituted infringement of Parle's registered trademark under the Trade and Merchandise Marks Act, 1958. 2. Deceptive similarity how courts should determine if one mark is deceptively similar to another under Section 2, D, of the Act. 3. Passing off whether the defendant's actions amounted to passing off by misrepresenting their goods as those of Parle. 4. Exceptions to infringement whether any defenses, e.g., fair use, honest practices, applied to the defendant's actions. Supreme Court's findings in ratio decidendi the Supreme Court allowed Parle's appeal, reversing the decisions of the lower courts. Key points from the judgment include 1. Deceptive similarity, Section 2, D, The court held that a mark is deceptively similar if it so nearly resembles another mark as to be likely to deceive or cause confusion among consumers. The test for deceptive similarity involves comparing the broad and essential features of the marks, not minute details. The court emphasized that the comparison should consider the overall impression on an average consumer with imperfect recollection, not a meticulous side-by-side analysis. In this case, the defendant's wrapper was found to have similar colors, design, and layout to Parle's registered trademark, likely to cause confusion among consumers. 2. Trademark infringement under the Trade and Merchandise Marks Act, 1958, a registered trademark is infringed when a person uses, in the course of trade, a mark identical or deceptively similar to the registered mark for similar goods, services without authorization. The court found that J.P. and Company's wrapper infringed Parle's registered trademark, as it was used for identical goods, biscuits, and created a likelihood of confusion. 3. Passing off The court noted that passing off applies to both registered and unregistered trademarks. It requires proof of goodwill, misrepresentation and damage. Parle established goodwill through their established brand and widespread market presence. The defendant's similar wrapper misrepresented their biscuits as Parle's, potentially damaging Parle's reputation and sales. 4. Exceptions to infringement The court did not find any applicable exceptions, e.g., fair use, honest practices, or prior use, in favor of J.P. and Company. The defendant's use was deemed intentional or likely to deceive, negating defenses like honest concurrent use or descriptive use. The court rejected any claim that the defendant's mark was a generic or descriptive term, as the overall design and get-up were distinctive to Parle's brand. 5. Consumer perspective asterisk. The court emphasized that the average consumer is not expected to have the powers of observation of Sherlock Holmes, and may be deceived by similarities in packaging, especially for low-cost, everyday items like biscuits. Web links. # decision. The Supreme Court allowed the appeal, granting an *** injunction to restrain J.P. and Company from using the deceptively similar wrapper. The court also awarded *** damages or an *** account of profits to Parle, subject to further proceedings, and ordered the destruction of infringing materials. *** Significance and principles established test for deceptive similarity ***. The case laid down the principle that courts must assess marks based on their *** overall similarity, color, design, layout, and the likelihood of confusion for an average consumer, not minute differences. This is often referred to as the comparison principle. Web links consumer confusion ***. The ruling highlighted the importance of protecting consumers from confusion, particularly for mass-consumed goods like biscuits, where packaging plays a significant role in brand recognition. Passing off an infringement ***. The case clarified that passing off an infringement are complementary actions. Infringement protects registered trademarks statutorily, while passing off protects goodwill for both registered and unregistered marks. No Sherlock Holmes standard ***. The court's remark about consumers not having Sherlock Holmes-like observation skills became a guiding principle in trademark cases, emphasizing practical consumer behavior. Application to passing off, infringement, and exceptions passing off ***. The case reinforced the trinity of goodwill, misrepresentation, and damage. Parle's established reputation, the defendant's similar wrapper, and the potential for lost sales satisfied these elements. Infringement ***. The court applied Section 2(d) and Section 29 of the Trade and Merchandise Marks Act, 1958, to find infringement due to the unauthorized use of a deceptively similar mark for identical goods. Exceptions ***. No statutory exceptions, e.g., fair use under Section 30, applied, as the defendant's wrapper was not a descriptive term or used in good faith. The similarity was deemed intentional or reckless, negating defenses like honest concurrent use. Subsequent influence. The *** Parle Products case has been widely cited in Indian trademark law for its authoritative test on *** deceptive similarity. Later cases, such as Ruston and Hornsby Limited, v. Zamindara and Co. 1969, 2 SCC 727, and Mount Sivalik Breweries Limited, v. German Enterprises, IE No. 3833 of 2009, have relied on its principles to assess infringement and passing off. It remains a cornerstone for evaluating visual and phonetic similarities in trademark disputes. Web links. Conclusion. The *** Parle Products vs. J.P. and Company case clarified the legal framework for trademark infringement and passing off in India, emphasizing the protection of registered trademarks and goodwill against deceptive practices. It established a practical approach to assessing deceptive similarity, focusing on consumer perception and overall mark impression. No exceptions to infringement were upheld, as the defendant's actions were likely to deceive. For further details, the full judgment can be accessed via legal databases like Indian Qanun or SCC Online. Web links 99. If you